All right, so you presumably watched my previous video in which I had intended to talk about this one subject, but I found myself having to go back and talk about my general history with horror, the horror genre, how I disliked it as a young man because I wanted to be positive. I wanted to watch stories that reflected about upon good prevailing over evil, and it seemed to me that horror was just about evil dominating and prevailing over good, and I just didn't want to dwell on that. I sensed even as a kid that wasn't something that I wanted to dwell on. But as I grew older, I came to have a more nuanced perspective on horror. And and all that has come to pass. And now I'm even sort of a semi horror fan with some caveats. I don't like. There are certain things that I will not see. I'm not gonna. Maybe this is partly being old, and just knowing no. I don't have the stomach for that. I mean, when I was a younger man, uh, the really extreme type movies, the movies that were notorious because of how extreme they were. I was sort of drawn to that, and so I ended up watching a bunch of movies. Like around the early '90s, there was a movie called "The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover," which was very disturbing, but also very well done, very well made. It was one of the first movies with the NC-17 rating. Also, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, featuring good old Michael Rooker, who plays a terrifying redneck in every movie that he's in. That was the first time he played his lovable, terrifying redneck character. He was the titular Henry. But now, when I hear about movies like Cannibal Holocaust or Salo, or the Serbian film, or what have you, I'm just like, nah, no, 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 not gonna do it, not going there. But last night I uh, watched on Netflix this movie, which would be in the horror genre, but it's not a particularly extreme version of horror. It's even rated just NC-17, and it's called Prom Night, and it's a movie from I think 2008, so several years ago. And as I said, it's not that radical or gory or extreme, but I found myself as I was watching it thinking to myself, why, why is this? Uh, you know, why make a movie about this? And it was straight. Like I said, it's a strange, um, you know. It wasn't exactly what you would. It's not exactly what you would think of as like something that, ooh, you got to have a really strong stomach to be able to handle this. Um, there wasn't much, if any, explicit gore, but something about the entire storyline just sort of left me thinking, what's the point of this? Let me try to explain, and there will be spoilers here. Um, this is a movie that you can watch on Netflix. I don't think it had many famous actors in it, except do you say his name? Erdis Ilba? Is that how you say it? Um, he was in it, but I think he was the only name actor who was in this movie. So the movie is about a young girl, a teenage girl, who we find out at the beginning, 3 years ago, she suffered this unspeakable trauma because the plot is kind of convoluted and silly, but she had a teacher who became obsessed with her and decided that he wanted to just be with her, and he wanted to take her away from her family. So he broke into her home and murdered her parents and murdered her little brother. So ostensibly just so that they could be together. But then they captured him and put him in maximum security prison, and for 3 years, he's been in prison. And now she's living with her aunt and uncle, and she's slowly recovering from this massive, trauma that she suffered as a freshman or a sophomore in high school, whatever it was. Now she's about to graduate, and it's prom night, and she has this great guy that she's seeing who takes her to the prom. She has some friends who they seem to they seem to like each other. There seems to be a good bond between them. It seems fairly wholesome, except for the storyline about like the aspect of the storyline about how they're gonna have sex with their boyfriends because it's prom night, and that's sort of heavily laid on with these other two friends of hers and their boyfriend. It's not really so much emphasized with our heroine, although we do see her kissing him passionately during the prom. Anyhow, it's not a very good movie. I'll just say that much first of all. Very convoluted, or contrived, I should say. Not really convoluted, but contrived plot. Guess what? The killer has escaped. He's gotten away, and apparently, the maximum security prison that he was in was like on the other side of the country. But now he's traveled all the way back, and now he's hanging out in the hotel where this lavish prom is taking place, and where they've all booked a room. So over the course of that night, again, there are spoilers here. After the police chief, played by Erdis, what's his name, however you say it, after he finds out that this killer is now escaped and on the loose again, and could it be that he would come back and try to, because he was so obsessed with our heroine, would he come back to the same place where he committed his awful crimes before, and start killing again? And first the uncle and aunt just, he assures the uncle and aunt, no, I don't think that's going to happen. Just because he escaped, he's still miles and miles away. Well, guess what? He does show up, and he does start killing people. And this time he ends up killing this girl's boyfriend and her two best friends, and a few other people. But I was just thinking, and so she's finding herself face to face with him again, struggling with this, fighting this evil that she thought she never would have had to deal with again in her life. And I was thinking to myself, why would they put this character through this? There's something mean about this. There's something just sadistic about this, about having this vulnerable young character, having this killer kill her whole family, including her younger brother. And now he comes back and he kills her boyfriend and her best friends. Like, so now she's got like the evil is back, the trauma has returned, and it's like, what's the point of all this? Why are they doing this? Why are they making this poor girl suffer in this way? What's the deal? Yes, I know shit happens. I know horrible things happen to good people, but that's not a good enough reason in my mind for this movie to have been made. And I was sort of thinking to myself, well, at least maybe what they'll do, just like they did with that movie. Shoot, I can't remember the title of it, but I liked it last year. The movie with Ethan Hawke about a kidnapper and killer of boys, and I'll remember it as soon as this video is over, but I can't remember it right now because it was my favorite movie of I think 2022. But the point was, at the end of that movie, you had this young protagonist go through all of this agony and turmoil and trauma, and then he learns to be the guy to face his fear and to kill the killer, to kill the guy who's gonna, the sicko who's killed so many other boys before him, and now he's gonna be the one to end his reign of terror. And that, there was something, to pardon the phrase because this phrase has been abused, but there was something more empowering about that. There was something more positive about that. Seeing this boy, this young boy in that case, even though it's this very disturbed situation. And I think that movie was also rated PG-13 as well. It's something really weird about all these horror movies that are PG-13. Like, how horrific can they really be? But this movie was pretty creepy. This one with Ethan Hawke as the killer, as this clown, this balloon, this clown who specializes in balloons. So I was thinking it was going to be something similar to that here in this movie, Prom Night. I thought, we'll have the girl face her killer. Maybe we'll find out a little more about what actually happened, how, what transpired between the girl and the teacher, how the teacher got to develop such a powerful obsession with her that he just lost it and went crazy and decided to murder her whole family. But none of that happens, which is very unsatisfying. And then I thought they would at least give us the satisfaction of seeing her face up to him and fight back herself and kill him herself. And there is a scene, but it's never quite clear. Does he want to kill her? And then is he going to kill himself, and then they'll be together forever in eternity in his mind? That's never made clear in this movie. There's lots of things in this movie that are just not. It's not a very good movie. But I thought at least they would show us this girl facing the man who's taken everything away from her, who's taken her whole family away from her, who's taken her boyfriend and all of her friends away from her. I thought there'd be something where she would face up to him, and hit him with her high heel shoe and spike him in the eye or something like that, and just knock the shit out of him, and there'd be some similarly empowering kind of moment like that, that would leave us all on a positive note. But instead, it's the police guy who comes in and shoots him, right? She's trying to fight back, but he's overpowering her, and then the police guy, the Erdis Ilba police guy, comes in and shoots the bad guy, and he dies that way. It's like, so what is gained from all of this? Like, now she has nothing. Now I mean, I was actually thinking this, about this dumb this dumb little PG-13 horror movie from 2008. I was just thinking, why did they make this character endure all of this? And it was I couldn't find an answer. And the only answer I could come to is like, carelessness or just sheer sadism. Just wanting to have this, wanting to take a sweet, innocent person and make her lose everything that she loves. And that bothered me, I mean, she still had her adopted aunt and uncle at the end of this movie. The killer at least didn't kill them, but I just was at a loss. And it seemed like, again, this is not a gruesome movie. This is not a grotesque movie. This is not a movie with a ton of gore. It's not a particularly extreme movie. It's not a cannibal holocaust or a Hostel, or a Salo or Serbian film or anything like that. But it's just like, why do they do this? Why do they do this to this person? And it really bothered me. It still bothers me. So I don't know. I'm just sort of wanting to put that out there. See if anybody has any thoughts or any ideas on this subject. Thanks for watching. Talk to y'all soon.